Hello and welcome to another tutorial here at NetDispatcher. Today I am going to be showing you part 2 of creating forms, otherwise known as templates. So part 2 is going to place us in the Assets section under the Customers tab here at the top. So when you click on Assets, it will bring up your asset list. Once again, your assets are properties, buildings, or pieces of equipment that are tied into customers. So from here we are going to click the gear icon on the right side. Click Edit Forms. And as you can see, there is already a default template that comes with the software. So what we will do is click the Add New button on the top left. This will bring up a blank canvas for us. So what we can do from here is edit what we would like to call the form. So we can go ahead and just call it Property 1. We can change the title of the tab as well to something simple. So what we will do now is, in the previous video I had showed you entering fields manually, whether it be from the list here or clicking the create a new field. For this one, I will actually show you how to bring a template from a different section in the software into this template here. So once again, your assets being the properties, buildings, and equipment that are tied into customers, that's a big hint right there that what we want to do with our fields is link that to the customer. So what we will do is click the Customer tab that is under the Templates, and we will select a form, and we will use the form that we did in the previous video, which was Customer 1. We will click Continue, and we are going to choose the Customer Information tab. Now if you want to use the if you want to create a new layer, you can do that. However, we find that it is most useful when you create the new layer on the job template, and we will explain that in part 3. So you select which tabs you would like to bring over and click OK. So everything that was in the Customer 1 template from the customer, all the fields just got brought over into this template. Now, however, say the customer, this property that's attached to that customer, let's say they're using a different address. So what we could do here, from this list, we can begin to add the fields that would link us to the customer. Alrighty. So now what we need to do, in order for whenever we are creating a new asset, in order to attach it to a particular customer, we need to change this field right here, because currently this field is a input type. What we need to do is make it a searchable field. So how we will do that is click the blue gear icon here. This will bring up the settings for it. And here we will click the widget type drop down box and select search. Now in the previous video I told you that we would explain in the next video what the operative type and what the groups are. Now the operative type is where it's going to be pulling that information. So let's say we're using the search here as the widget type. The operative type, it needs to know where it's going to be pulling that information from. So as you can see here, when you click the drop down box, you can see the customer and the customer name. So that whenever we are creating a new asset and we are typing in the box, when it is searching, it knows specifically where to search for that information. Same with the group. You could set the group name, and this also, by selecting this right here and creating the new group, you can have this appear as one of your columns on the list that are on the customers, assets, and jobs list. So from here we will click OK, and we have that made that box a searchable box. Now we could do the same thing for the first and last name. And it is that easy. Also, what a lot of our customers like to do is have some sort of record, some sort of collection of previous work orders for jobs that were done, especially done involving customers' property, customer buildings, or pieces of equipment. So what we can do here is we will click the Add New Tab button, select that tab, and we can change the name to Service History. From here, you could either select that field titled Service History, or we can go ahead and create a new one. So Service History, and we got to change the type. And if you go down third from the bottom, Service History, next, and it's not important to select the operative type here because it's not going to be pulling the information from the customer card or anywhere else. So what we will do is click Ready. So whenever you have a job that is completed, that was done with a particular asset or customer, you now have record of it showing up here. So we will click the Save button, and that is how you create an asset template and how you operate the fields by changing their widget types and their operatives. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.